Fuck yeah. Kiss the Cobra, baby. Earl Skakel in the house. It's time. It's Vader time. Don't worry about it, Kidcast. I got it. Welcome all. It is real, baby. It is about to get real. Yes, it is, let me see, 10:20 p.m. I've got a spot, if you will, at 1 o'clock. So, what up, CC Motion? Welcome aboard. So, I'm good, Jenna. I'm good. Excuse me. Was just watching the Kings game. We beat Minnesota in a real squeaker. I can, but there's too many. Um, I don't know if people want to be on a live stream there. My set tonight is in the original room, a rare original room set. There's just there's some people who don't want to be on my live stream, so I try and respect it. I might live stream a little bit tomorrow night from Alex's bar, which I haven't done that room in 10 plus years, so I can't imagine it's going to be that good, but we'll see what happens. Keith, what up? Sabres blew it. Let's see if the Bills do the same today. I mean, I got the Steeler game today, baby. Winner take all. But the Sabres are looking good, man. Now I can live stream my set from the Comedy Store, but there's just too many. Yeah, Minnesota is good. I mean, it was a close game, back and forth. They play them again Monday night here. So what up, No Gusto? No Gusto. And then they play, I think, the Sharks on Wednesday. Sharks are looking good, and then they hit the road for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I was there a very long time ago, maybe 2014. And, I don't recall it being a great room then. But, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, the Steelers, yes, thank you, Mr. Fleeb. I mean, it's winner take all, and it's not whoever wants it the most. They both want it. It's whoever fucks up the least. I don't know, Dan. I don't know if they are real. You got to obviously favor the Steelers a little bit since it's at home, but with these two teams, I mean, look, the Steelers won in Baltimore this year, so who knows? Robert Ross, we don't do all caps in here, please. But since you seem cool, Corn with a C. I'm not really a big Corn fan, although I was kind of into them very briefly when they had Terry Bozzio as their drummer. That would not seem like a great fit. And I think he asked for too much money because he is one of the greatest drummers of all time. That's the Missing Persons drummer, Terry Bozzio. But he did not last very long with him. I think he played on like one album, and he probably wanted publishing and the whole works. So I don't think that was a great fit. Well, I actually am good friends with his son, Rain, who's also a fantastic drummer. I mean, I'm a big Missing Persons fan, but the original. I don't know who's in Missing Persons now, but they were pretty good. Watching Crossroads guitar battle with Crossroads with Ralph Macchio. Not a bad movie. Ralph Macchio is way more than the Karate Kid. All good, Robert Ross. You can speak in here. You just can't do the all caps thing. What famous people did I go to high school with? I mean, when I was at Notre Dame, Stephen Perkins, the drummer from Jane's Addiction, was there. He was a grade above me. Jack McDowell, the baseball pitcher who won a Cy Young Award later, I think with the White Sox. I mean, I don't know if you consider some of these people famous, but Josh Oppenheimer, who was a Southern California basketball legend, he was a year behind me. I used to pick him up to go to high school because we lived next to each other. And I think someone related to the guitar player from Quiet Riot, Carlos Cavazo. I would always see him in a red Carmen Ghia pick up somebody. Now, if you don't count my era, I think Kristen Dunst went to Notre Dame High. Rami Malek went to Notre Dame High. If you're older, Tim Foley, the shortstop or third baseman of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Nigel Miguel. Um, Jamie Dixon was there when I was there. He was a senior when I was a freshman. He's a pretty famous college basketball coach. Um, I have not seen Peter Chickenman. Now, there was someone under a different name, Peter Brennan, in MLC's chat the other night. Don't know if the Chicken Man has changed his name. But any thoughts on the new Neil Breen film? I haven't. I don't know who that is. So I'm trying to think. What about Pell? I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm sure there were more famous people there that I didn't know they went there. I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, I get Fabian's the like the '60s famous singer Fabian. His daughter went there. I don't know if you'd say she's famous, but like he's famous. And then Notre Dame. It's kind of like the Beverly Hills High of the Valley. So there's always some celebrity's kid there. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm missing people. Oh, that's cool. No gusto. I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the Barry Beck highlight reel, I mean that video starts out with him running Tiger Williams from probably 20, 25 feet, not a penalty. When he hit, who was it? Bernie Federico, I think, toward the penalty box. He ran and jumped in him, not a penalty back then. Basically, probably 80% of the Barry Beck highlight reel would be penalties today. Oh yeah, no Gusto. I don't know what he. Do I know Condoleezza Rice? Yes, I believe Kirsten Dunst went to Notre Dame High in the '90s. I believe I graduated in '86. Now I know right after I graduated, Justin Fargas, the running back from the Oakland Raiders, he went there. Of course, his dad was Huggy Bear, Antonio Fargas, and Starsky and Hutch. And then I kind of dropped off of following who went to Notre Dame. But, like I had no idea Remy Malik went there. Are you friends with Mitt Romney? I am not. Yeah, but Keith, I was referencing the Barry Beck highlight reel and how if you watch that, it's about 9 minutes. And it's just his hits, couple fights. It was just different back then. There's that one dust up by the Rangers bench where, who was it? Paul Holmgren headbutts Barry Beck right in front of the ref. Ref looked at Beck like, no. That would have been a suspension in today's game. So, TB, my mama told me, you've got me confused, TB. Well, Beck was a great hitter, but he was, you want to, probably going to lose a lot of people. And my mama told me, nobody likes to spend the nights alone. Wouldn't you like to know me? Yeah, did I get that right, TB? I was watching the 1979 team NHL against the Russians, and my God, the team NHL was fucking stacked. You had on defense Barry Beck, Larry Robinson, I think Dennis Potvin. It was wild. You had Mike Bossy on a line with Guy Lafleur. I always thought the greatest team talent-wise was the '87 Canada Cup. Where you have like Lemieux, Gretzky, Coffey, Larry Murphy, and all the wow, that '79 NHL team was pretty stacked. Beck equals loser. I don't think so. I don't know. He won at every level. He never won a Stanley Cup, but I don't. He was hardly a loser. He had a very well winning junior with the Westminster Bruins. He won, I think, a few Memorial Cups, Player of the Year. And, unfortunately for Barry Beck, after the Pat Flatley hit in the 84 playoffs, he was never the same, man. But still was, could hold his own in fights and whatnot. Um, so that era of Indian hockey, high scoring fights. I got my reason. A 6-foot hot look, all American man. Oh no, I'm talking about Barry Beck, not Beck the singer. But hold on, you guys might get a little bonus outside footage. Somebody is up and about. We're gonna cut her off at the pass. But look at the baby, she's right there. So hold on, this is unexpected. You get to look at a empty outlet. But yeah, Barry Beck, my favorite NHL player. Now, this is one of the cool things about social media is that I speak maybe once a month to Barry Beck on Facebook. I mean, how fucking cool is that? All right, so it's not that bad. Looks like we got a little break in the rain, so we will take Lois here. Okay, Lois is peeing right out of the hop. So, as frustrating as social media can be, what's pretty cool about it is that I can talk to my favorite hockey player of all time. Now, the weird thing is he lives, I believe, in China now. He coaches, I guess, youth hockey. But Barry Beck, one of the great Ranger captains in history. So, you got to understand back in that era, being 6'3" and 215, he was basically the Zdeno Chara of the NHL. Of course, now he'd be the third or fourth biggest guy on his team, let alone the league. Also on that 79 NHL team, Clark Gillies. Look how fucking tough that hockey team was. I mean, Clark Gillies, Barry Beck, Larry Robinson. So quite the team. No, I watched game one. I believe they won game one. I'm not sure. Lois is chilling right now. I think they played 3 games. I don't know who had... Come on, buddy. Yeah, Lois don't like the water, so Lois, let's go this way. Come on. But that was when hockey was just like unbelievable to watch. It was end to end, dirty. I mean, it really was wildness. Whereas, oh shit, even the game I watched today, is at Minnesota and LA. It was like a fucking practice scrimmage. No emotion. It was just like, I don't know, just something about that era of hockey. When I say that era, I mean mid-70s to say maybe even late 80s. It was just... You mean a Mississauga Ice Dogs or the Long Beach Ice Dogs? I know you're an East Coast guy, so I'm going to assume you mean. Yeah, I mean Basil McRae, one of the great NHL tough guys. Shane Sherla, great tough guy from the Western League. Now I happen to have I used to have a Basil McRae Minnesota North Stars jersey. And the great thing about Basil McRae, and this is just goes to show you the different era of. Come on, Lois. This goes to show you the different era of hockey is. Basil McRae, his sleeves halfway up to the armpit were Velcro. So when he would get into a fight and you'd grab onto his sleeves, the Velcro would just tear away. So you literally were left with nothing to grab onto. Now you bring up Scott Stevens, I was a big Scott Stevens fan, even though he would always terrorize the Rangers. There was a sexual assault in a limo situation with him and I think a few other Capitals that got swept under the rug real fast. You never really heard about it. And I'm going to assume that's why he's not doing, come on, those games on the NHL Network. He used to be like one of the guest hosts or whatever. And I think an old article resurfaced, and I'm sure that had something to do with it, because obviously his insight would be welcome, but I'm sure the NHL Network didn't want that hassle. Come on, Lois. I think it was allegedly, who was in the limo? I think it was Neil Sheehy, who was a pretty tough dude himself. Scott Stevens. And I think Stephen Leach was in the limo originally, and he saw whatever he saw, and he got out. But, yeah, all these CDs, they're either worth a fortune or absolutely fucking nothing. That's how it works, from what I'm told, in the CD world. Yeah, they had, not only did they have Kosar Probert and drafted Grimson, they also had Basil McRae. Now, Basil McRae told a funny story. No, Stephen Leach. We're talking about the old Washington Capitals. Basil McRae told a funny story that they were playing someone, and Basil McRae was told not to fight this person, and so the game starts getting a little out of hand, and the guy keeps asking McRae to fight because he didn't want to fight Probert. And so Probert, who's on the same team as Basil McRae, says, "You fight this guy, then you fight me tomorrow in practice." So, what up? What up? Nolan in the house. See, we got a nice conversation going. People talking about all kinds of shit. Message hell for review. All right, we're not going to talk about that in here. But welcome. Earl Skakel, Saturday Night Live. I'll be at the Comedy Store in about 2 hours. Thank you very much. What was the most expensive thing you purchased that wasn't a house or a car? Was it worth it? I mean, I do have a Breitling watch, a higher end Breitling watch, I should say. And I have a YSL custom made leather jacket. Could I have spent the money more wisely? Yeah, probably. Were they worth it? I still have both. So, yeah, Fix is my favorite underrated band. Of course, it's going to be an '80s metal band. I do prefer Breitling to Rolex. Um, that was tough for me because that meant Gretzky had left the Kings. And favorite car to have a Porsche, like a Porsche 911 GTS at some point in my life. I don't drink, Nolan. My favorite underrated band was a band. They were huge on the Sunset Strip, originally called the Sharks. They later, in the late '80s, became Shark Island, and Richard Black, the singer, he was Axl Rose before Axl Rose. The urban legend is that Axl Rose would watch Shark Island tapes and mimic Richard Black. Now, I saw Shark Island play the Whiskey about maybe 2 years ago, and I went mainly to see how good a frontman Richard Black was. And, he's probably in his 60s now. And you could definitely see Axl Rose stealing from him. Um, but Nolan, I don't drink, so there's no amount of money in the world you could pay me to do that because I'm straight edge, baby. So, Earl, you would make an argument for Mario Lemieux being the GOAT. I mean, he's definitely up there. So, Lois, come on, man. You got too many wires down here. Come on. Get out of here. Come on. Come on. I mean, it'd be interesting to see Mario Lemieux if he had Gretzky's supporting cast, the numbers he could have put. Bro, are you related to Hollywood or their voiceover team or something like that? Huh? What? I don't understand the question. Related to Hollywood? You could definitely make an argument for it. I can't skate that good. Or maybe I'll try and get on that gay hockey show on HBO Max. Apparently, it's very popular. Um, so, yeah, 100%. I will never work with Jeff Ross again. What up, Angry Chair? No tattoos. Well, don't worry about what I do for a living, Mr. Invisible. I make enough money where I can do this stream for no money. And I'm okay. Well, I mean, the rules were definitely different back then. I mean, back then it was jungle hockey. So if you put Mario Lemieux in today's game, he might have 300 points. Gretzky as well. Like I said, if you want to know what hockey was like back in the late '70s, early '80s, just YouTube Barry Beck highlight reel. Every play in his highlight reel would be a penalty in today's era. I've done Sean Avery's podcast, and I speak to him not often. We used to speak a lot more about 2 years ago, but Sean's a good man. I got him a spot at the Comedy Store once. How much money you make with one live stream? Well, you can see right now, Mr. Invisible. I've done 30 minutes for $0. So, yeah, I've already gotten into that a lot, Paul. I just don't like him. He don't like me. I don't like him. So, certain people don't like each other. There's nothing you can do about it. Barry Beck was the Leslie Jones of hockey. Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, he certainly was what they call a five-tool player. He could skate, he could pass, he could shoot, he could body check, he could fight. I mean, literally, he could do everything. Well, well, I do have a kitchen behind me, and what's around the kitchen is a $1.1 million condo. So, um, don't worry about my kitchen behind me. So, Rick Jenneret was awesome. I also like Dan Kelly, obviously Bob Miller. So, yes, I have a $1.1 million condom. Hello. Well, I mean, it's we can have this. What up, Ben Bones Jones? I mean, if Ovechkin played in the jungle era of hockey, it's tough because if you like the goaltenders weren't as good as they are now, so he might score more goals. If he had the same shot with a wood stick, you gotta understand Barry Beck had like a 95-mile-an-hour slap shot with a wood stick. I can't imagine how hard Barry Beck could have shot with the sticks they use today. So it's real tough to compare the eras because the equipment was different. I mean, look at any goal. Look up the L.A. Kings New York Rangers playoff brawl from 1981. Look at the goaltenders' pads in that game. I mean, they look like something that you would play in a ball hockey league. And then in the 90s and early 2000s, you had guys like Gar Snow who looked like football players. They had so much padding on. Now the pads are a little more normal size. So if Ovechkin was shooting on Mario Lessard or Bob Janicek or Bob Froese or Van Beesbrook, he might actually score more. So, thoughts on Jason Voorhees' hockey mask? It was pretty dope. Very Gary Cheevers, if you will. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, you think of the team. Would you take? No, not as a captain. I mean, Messi has won 6 cups. That's just younger players are going to listen to him over Barry Beck. But, well, I mean, if you look at Garceau, like when he was on the Islanders, his pads looked ridiculous. Um, so, um, I mean, Beck. I mean, great defenseman. He never won the big one, but definitely one of the great Ranger captains for sure. So, um, it's. I mean, Messier was. You win 6 cups, man. You can walk into any locker room in any sport, and people are going to listen to you. So, yeah, I mean, so it's like I got into a debate. I wouldn't say it was an argument. Who the greatest baseball player of all time was, and I thought, in his prime, King Griffey Jr. And the person I was talking with was like, no, Babe Ruth. Like, come on, man. Babe Ruth didn't play against black players. You know, you know, who's a better athlete, Babe Ruth or King Griffey Jr.? But it's hard. I mean, if you put Babe Ruth into a game this upcoming season, I'm talking a prime Babe Ruth, could he hit Otani? I don't think he could. If you put Otani in 1927 Yankees with same skill set that he has now, but he might hit 100 home runs. Um, yeah, Clint Malarchuk, also Richard Zednik had a real bad skate cut on his wrist, I think. So, um, you know, yeah, it's one of my proudest memorabilia items is I have an autographed baseball from the dad, King Griffey Jr. So, or no, yeah, King Griffey. So it's always tough to, yeah, boy, I think he had like 180 stitches or something on his face. It's so tough to compare eras and say, well, who'd be better? Look at Al McGinnis. His shot was well over 100 miles an hour with a wood stick. Give Al McGinnis the stick Drew Doughty played with tonight. He might shoot 140 miles an hour. Um, yeah, I mean that's the thing, Pell. I just don't think you take like Babe Ruth and put him against Nolan Ryan or J.R. Richard or I just don't. I don't. I mean, we'll never know. I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of Babe Ruth's numbers were inflated because he didn't play against Satchel Paige and other great black players. So, you know, is Earl a Clown Town fan? Yeah, I don't watch it a lot, but I'm not a fan. Um, Bo Jackson, yeah, can you imagine Bo Jackson playing in the 20s? Um, you know, what you are yes, I am a stand-up comic and voiceover actor. Uh, Earl, are you still able to whip up a batch? Joe, I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea what that means. I'm sure it's something disgusting. So, is Earl a Scarlett Hampton fan? Not really. I mean, it's just sad. She's like a female ski mask. It's not going to be a pleasant ending there. So I just, it's. I mean, look at how funny we thought Ski Mask was. Oh, this guy's shitface on stream, and now he's dead. I just don't see because I know a lot of girls who do porn. I know a lot of girls who do OnlyFans. It never ends well. There's never a positive ending to these things. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Mickey Mantle could get his bat around on, say, a Pedro Martinez fastball. But you might say, well, maybe with today's modern technology and training methods, if Mickey Mantle trained hard, he could compete. But you think Mickey Mantle's going to train hard? You think Babe Ruth is going to be at the gym doing calisthenics? Fuck, with the cocaine and whatnot that came into the world in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and now, like Babe Ruth he wouldn't be able to get through a season. So Canada versus Czech World. I mean, Canada's got a great team. There's no. I mean, I'm going to go with Canada. I don't crack jokes for free in here, baby. So, Mr. Invisible, I've got about 1,800 videos on YouTube. About 400 of them are live streams like this. The rest are all stand-up clips, including one I just put out today. So there's plenty of videos out there of me doing stand-up in a comedy club. So I don't do jokes on a live stream. You got to pay for that shit, bro. I mean, none of them have ended well. I mean, I mean, it's tough. When your whole living is based on your looks. When you get a little older, the industry you're in forgets about you. So Sarah Tiana is fucking awesome. One of my good friends. I mean, well, I've seen Rudy Baga in the Dabbleverse streams, so we can talk about the Dabbleverse. I don't really know Scarlett. I mean, you could clearly tell she's damaged, and I've seen how that party ends, man. It's she's gonna wake up one day and the sad reality of OnlyFans and porn or whatever she is classified as. People move on to the next young girl pretty fast. So it's a very hard life, ex-porn stars or current porn stars, especially now because, yeah, I mean, they get old. They're like milk. They expire. I'm not saying women in general, but I'm saying in the porn business, the modeling business, I mean, if you're a legit model, you age out by the time you're 22. How fucking nuts is that? Porn, it's the same thing, and especially now because so much of it is available for free. Nobody's going to pay Scarlett to do porn. You could just go on. You can go on 100 websites and look at girls who look just like her or better and watch it for free. So, what are you going to do? Well, I mean, men age too, but we're not getting paid what women are getting paid in porn. Yes, I did a roast battle with Sarah T on television. So, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Warren and Steven get along with each other. I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's just a sad reality. I mean, I'm not in the porn business, but I know a lot of people who are, and a lot of the girls come to the Comedy Store because it's late night, and it's a sad world, man. You got like maybe 2 years on top, and then guys want to jack off to the next girl. It's just the reality. So Earl's the new Hugh Hefner. I mean, I don't know about that, but you know, um, I mean, I do all right with girls. Thank you very much. Um, so in terms of answering the question about Scarlett, I mean, I think she likes the attention of the Dabbleverse. And, I just think she's not smart enough to realize that all these streams who have her on the show are basically goofing on her in front of her face. And then even in the Dabbleverse, you see, guests come and go, and, people sales pitch me all the time. Oh my God, Joey C's like the funniest fucking guy. He's going to be a star in the Dabbleverse. He's faded out fast. Right now it's that Tommy Jordan guy. Everyone thinks, oh my God, this guy's the next fucking Joey C. And like, he's already kind of starting to, become less interesting. So, you know, now Scarlett's like the new thing. But, in a couple months, maybe a month, 2 months, who knows? Another girl will pop on the Dabbleverse stream, and then Scarlett will be old news. I mean, look at Gilly. Gilly's basically been replaced by Scarlett. And, there'll always be someone behind you ready to step over you when the Dabbleverse, the porn industry, Hollywood leaves you behind. Yeah, I mean, male porn stars, I mean, very few people watch porn for the dudes. That's why most gay porn you see, if you do see it, the actors are straight, but they do it because they get paid like triple the amount. Very few dollars are made by a man in a straight porn. Um, well, I don't do jokes, bro, on my stream. Sorry, dude. Go watch one of my YouTube videos, and if you laugh, send me the $100. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's literally 1,400 videos of me doing stand up, mainly at the Comedy Store, which is the #1 club in the country. So, I don't panhandle for money on here. Sorry, brother. I don't know who Johnny Sims is, to be honest with you. I'm out of the loop, baby. Well, I knew a guy who did gay porn. He's straighter than me. But in like a straight porn scene, like one scene, you get paid maybe $500. He started doing gay porn. He was making like 3,500 minimum. So you do what you got to do, I suppose. Uh, well, I'm a comic. I need to hear laughter. I'm not going to tell a joke to Mr. Invincible and wait to see an LOL in the chat. Thoughts on Ron Jeremy? I mean, maybe the greatest rapist of all time. I mean, when you're Me Too'd out of the porn business, you got a problem. So, I mean, what are you going to do? He had a big dick, and, I mean, even he got replaced by younger guys, a Lexington Steele, a Mr. Marcus, a Jack Napier, and those guys get replaced. I mean, the porn world is probably the one where he beat the shit out of, was it Frankie Hernandez? It wasn't necessarily a promo, it was a Piper's Pit. Guys, we'll do about another 15 minutes. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I mean, porn in general is a rough, rough, rough life. I mean, it's just, it doesn't really lead to anything. And then, if you try and make it, Tracy Lords is probably the only actress to go mainstream. and have success. But if you do porn and you're on film taking it in the ass from Lexington Steel, what Hollywood casting director you think is going to work with you? Yeah, Frankie Williams. That was a very funny promo. Um, so what up, Greg Vaughn? Life must go on. We got some real old school Earl regulars in the stream tonight. I love it. I love it loud, baby. The Snuka one was epic. I also like the one where Piper made fun of Andre the Giant and how he spoke, and that how given 5 minutes he could body slam him, and then Andre the Giant just lifts him up with one hand on the table. Best takeaway doing the Ric Flair roast that pro wrestlers, if you're doing if you're staying at the same hotel as pro wrestlers, get to the breakfast bar early because if it opens at 7, by 7:20, all the food is gone. Um, I mean, look at the girl. Um, I don't know her name. The girl who just fucked like 1,200 dudes in 12 hours. It's over. No one wants to jack off to that girl anymore. So she literally did one film and her career's over. So now what is she going to do? You think she's going to get cast in a Spielberg film? So, Andrew Stevens, well, kind of, but not really. As you know, TB, I grew up about, um, yes, Min Jones, that is a good one. I lived about a mile past the Bel Air Hotel, and one of the valet parkers there, what's his name, Brody, Kevin something, Kevin Brody, I think it was Kevin Brody. You might remember him from the 70s TV show Lucan, the Wolf Boy. He was in a movie with Andrew Stevens, The Seduction with Morgan Fairchild. And I briefly met him. I mean, I'm talking seconds uh, at the Bel Air Hotel. So, um, well, I don't know. I mean, because I think it's done in a tasteful way. I watch AEW, Mr. Invincible. I'm AEW. I was Barry Jelly. That's a fact, Jack. So that's pretty fucking cool, I think. Um, with any luck, Bonnie Blue will be on Karmic's stream next week. Well, I mean, Age of Quarrel, you joke, but I mean, that's literally where she's headed. I mean, how old is she? I mean, she's pretty young and she looks aged out already. So if I'm a porno producer and I'm actually making a porno film, which very few porno films are made anymore, and we need a blonde girl who loves fucking, I'm not going to cast Bonnie Blue. She already looks 100. So her career is over, and she probably didn't even get paid that much. It was just the shock of, the gangbang shock, but that faded in the '90s. So I mean, I don't know what she made, but I mean, I hope it was worth it, and I hope she saved it. Yeah, Britt Baker, I do, but she's kind of off the grid now. I mean, I think she had that one bad match with Mercedes Moné early when Mercedes joined AEW, and I don't know. I think that discouraged her or something. That's not bad, Kipcast. That's not bad. Kevin McAllister, I don't know who that is. I'm assuming it's a porn reference since we are talking about pornography tonight in the stream. Well, you actually didn't donate $50 because anyone who does donate, right there, I see the money, honey, and I see nothing. So no need to lie about it. Thoughts on the Deep Throat movie? I mean, innovative for its time. It was actually a porno with acting. Um, and there were some guys. Jamie Gillis had a very brief scene in the Stallone movie Nighthawks. And Age of Quarrel is here, so Dabbleverse questions are definitely on the table now. But it's just going back to porn, man, it's a sad, sad world. I mean, I knew a girl who was like one of the top 1% earners on OnlyFans. And she was so damaged and fucking manipulated, she just moved. I won't say where she moved, but she moved basically to a farming community and is off the grid. Who gives a shit about the Dabbleverse anymore? Yeah, Peter North. I mean, he might be. Peter North might have been smart to have a production company. I mean, the Dabbleverse definitely, I think, is starting to. The bubble is bursting. I just think it's the same shit. Now, I thought 2 years ago it was over. I mean, there's just so many times you can hear about Steel Toe and his wife swap, or Stuttering John, who I just don't find interesting at all. Um, um, yeah. Um, there's just, I mean, Chad, I guess, makes it interesting from time to time, but no, I was never an extra on shit. I mean, I was one of the New York Yankees and the Babe Ruth TV movie. That's the one with Stephen Lang. Yeah, I mean, it's thoughts on Two Girls, One Cup. Great camera work. Yeah, I mean, I just don't find it interesting anymore. I'm not saying I'm like Mr. Life of the Party, but I was watching some stream today, which was Kiki and Ashley Cummins just arguing with each other, and I just don't find either one interesting. I don't know either one, never met any of them, but it was just like these are the two new stars of the Dabbleverse. Yeeks. Dowdy is great. Good old London, Ontario area kid makes Team Canada. I've met Kiss. Oh yeah, I mean Dowdy's definitely a little long in the tooth. I'm surprised Canada didn't pick Schaefer, but I've met every member of Kiss but Peter, and of course, actually, I've never met. No, I've met Gene and Paul a bunch. I know Bruce Kulick and Eric Singer. I never met Mark St. John, unfortunately. I've never met Vinnie Vincent or Eric Carr. So, are you in the Kings of Comedy? I wish I was. I wish I was. Two Earls, one cup. Hello, hello. So, um, by the way, I'll probably stream the first half of the Steeler Ravens game tomorrow. That's at 5 p.m. my time. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, there's and a lot of porn, back in the day when they needed a really nice mansion were filmed in Bel Air. I knew a guy who lived just off of Sunset. Actually, if you've ever seen the movie Orgasmo, remember the three bad guys? They didn't really have a lot of speaking lines, but they were like the three heavies in the film. The taller guy, the kind of the Italian looking guy, they used his house for Orgasmo the movie, and so they put him in it. But I saw some shady things going on at that guy's house. Um, so, yeeks. Jenna, they connected to the pain. Okay, you guys are talking about something else. What up, Serrano, Cayenne, Stugats? Um, Let me see here. Nasty Neil in the house. Who would you want to see in a Dabbleverse porn? Well, I guess Scarlett and are there any black guys in the Dabbleverse? There aren't any black guys. Well, Big Black Newport. I would like to see him and Scarlett in a scene. Um, uh, we don't do all caps in here, baby doll. Oh yeah, I mean, who knows what was going on? They probably didn't even know what was going on in their own mansion when they were on tour. Um, I would like to see Chad and his fake girlfriend in a porn. Who? Who's the best black comic today? I mean, I think it's probably still Chappelle, Chris Rock, and then Ian Edwards. If you want like a lesser known, like Ian Edwards is really funny. I think there was a Detroit kid who I think moved somewhere. He might have moved to Austin. Ron Taylor, very funny. Thank you, Mr. Invisible. I was the voice of Tyler the Creator's father on the Jellies. Yeah, Hannibal Buress. Great comic. I mean, there's a lot of funny black comics. I don't know about that. Good evening, Stugatz. Lois is sleeping right now. Beecher Lawson's not bad. Chappelle Lacey's great. Uh, EA Sports. It's in the game. I had met Mark Ferrari at the Whiskey. I forget who was playing, but I literally stood right next to him. And, he was very nice. It was loud, so I don't really recall too much of what we spoke about. But I don't know if Dave Chappelle watches my stream. I'm going to guess he doesn't. But if you do, Dave, let's talk about Charlie Barnett on a special episode of Inappropriate Earl. Thoughts on Bill Belichick? I mean, it would have been interesting to see him coach without Tom Brady. Does he win 6 Super Bowls on his own? Probably not. I mean, I used to play NCAA college football 2025 a lot, but the truth is, I'd rather do a stream, make a couple bucks, or whatever, help get me into the algorithm than play video games. Because that's my favorite jacket right there. Bill J watches. I don't know who. Big J. Big J Hollingsworth? Or, well, thank you, Mr. Invisible. Shouldn't you be sending me $100 then if you think I'm funny? See, I remember everything. You ever have someone pretend to not remember you met before and you know they're being phony? Every night in the comedy world. Oh, interesting. There's a new Jaws, what is it? Not presentation, display somewhere in Hollywood that's supposed to be pretty good. Big J Okerson. Oh, I can't believe he watches this stream, but no, I don't play those games. When I do play video games, I do play sports games only. So I did play the RoboCop game a few times. I mean, the Dabbleverse is amazing to just listen to. I mean, last week, all I did was watch Blade, Melton, and Carl all talk shit about each other on their different streams. I mean, it was fascinating to me. So, yeah, that was a great game. Blades of Steel always. I never met John Witherspoon, but his son, J.D. Witherspoon, was on the Jellies. So, I mean, the Dabbleverse, I think Felicia watches every now and then. I mean, not a lot. I like Gilly. I think she's funny based on the clips I've seen. Yeah, Blades of Steel, how you could make Gretzky bleed. I mean, I grew up, I mean, I've had every video game system you could have, from Atari to even the old school Magnavox system Odyssey, which was insane. The tennis game was just basically 2 stick figures. And then in television was when graphics started getting a little better. I mean, I remember in television baseball, when it came out, it was like unbelievable. Now you do EA Sports baseball game, or whoever makes the baseball game. It's like you're controlling. It's like you're watching a real game. I did not, Nolan. I did not. I mean, Tommy, gets annoying real fast. So when I see him, I do remember Paul. It's funny for like a minute. Like, he was ruining the not Gilly, the Kiki and Ashley Cummings beef, because he doesn't add anything. It's like he says something just to say it, and it interrupts he interrupts the flow on every stream I've ever watched him on. The only good thing he did was call Chad out for the no hair on the brush. Yeah, I mean, he is too eager. Like, you could tell, but you could also tell he's on about the 12th minute of fame and the 15 of Dabbleverse. Um, like I was, Kiki and Ashley were having a good flow, and you could tell the argument could have really blown up, and then he kept like interrupting. So I'm not a fan of his. What was my age? Probably, man, I mean, I don't really remember, to be honest with you. Probably 17, 18 years old. Maybe a little younger, 16, maybe. Um, so, um, but that's the thing, nowadays, and I've said it before, in the Dabbleverse, you know, you've got some really well regarded comics in the Dabbleverse. Like Kevin Brennan's a great comic. Bob Levy's a great comic. Melton has done comedy for 20 years and podcasting for longer. Chad's an experienced comic. So, these people with no comedy background at all come in and they struggle to keep up. Whether you like Chad or not, he's doing comedy every weekend, so he's sharp. So that's why you see so many people drop out of the Dabbleverse so fast because they just can't keep up. Oh, I don't remember Mr. Invisible. I don't really remember that. Um, so, like, you could tell, like, with Ava, she's starting to lose her newness on the streams I've watched. Well, I also think she likes to be involved and just get in there and mix it up. And, it's like, some of it seems manufactured. So, I've never really, where were you born? At St. John's Hospital, maybe. A comic and a comedian. A comic, a comedian tells jokes. A comic, I don't know. They don't tell jokes. Um, yeah, yeah, Santa Monica, St. John's. It was awesome. Well, Mr. Invisible, I'm about to end the stream. I've done an hour for free, and that's about my limit. So hit the like and subscribe button if you liked what you heard, and maybe tomorrow I'll tell a story. I think you are new to the stream, so I've told a lot of good stories on this stream, but most of them are 10, 15, 20 minutes longer. So, yes, I did hear Burt Reynolds died. Had my moles done. Oh, okay. I had my toenail taken off across the street from St. John's. A Clown Town is live. Thank you, B. Baker. Thank you very much. I have met Norm MacDonald. Bad decisions do make good stories. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for listening, Serrano. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. Yes, it's Shirtless Sundays tomorrow night. Now, I'll probably, since I have a gig in Long Beach tomorrow that I have to leave right around the end of the Steeler game, I'll probably just live stream the first half of the Steeler game and then watch the second half with Lois. And that's, you got to pay money for that, baby. Keith, you know better than that. Oh, I'm not calling Ava a bad person. I just seem, like I was watching something the other day with her in it, and she just seemed to stir the pot just to stir the pot. Um, I don't know her. I think no, I mean, I've never been on a stream with her. So, but I don't know if she's interesting enough to be in the Dabbleverse long term, which is what I was saying. In the Dabbleverse, you've got, a lot of veteran comics and podcasters and entertainers. So you got to keep up, or else you kind of fade pretty fast. I don't care about stirring the pot. in the Dabbleverse. I'm interested in watching it. I'm not interested in participating in it. Um, yeah, I mean, I've heard she reports channels for I don't know the reason why, but I just the problem is when you do what she does, apparently, people aren't going to want you around, you know. So if you report things, oh shit, Keith Guth, not Girth, but Guth, 9.99, bitey butter, which I think you meant to say body butter. Um, I'll put a little body butter on for you tomorrow. No homo, no homo. Um, well, I just think that you know in the Dabbleverse, there's a race to outdo one another, and I think it's hitting a critical mass. First it was Chad doxing um, Mersh, and then Quadfather with the phony 911 call. Hey, they might have guns, and someone's trying to outdo Quadfather, and then someone's going to try and outdo them, and it's like the fly hitting the glass, trying to get out of the glass, the same spot. At some point, it's just not going to hit anymore. And so I just, it's the same shit, and that's where the pro wrestling part comes in. Where, pro wrestling, you got to have new storylines, you got to have new characters, but the problem with most of the new characters, if not all of them, is they're just not interesting enough. Like, no offense to Clearwater Chad, but like I've tried to watch him and go, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let me watch him on this stream. Let me watch him on that stream. And the guy literally just stares into the camera. And Charlotte, what's her name? Scarlett. I just find that sad. Like, she's a female ski mask. Um, so, oh, that's a good one. I don't know about that, TB. Yeah, I mean, that's why I never really got full time into the Dabbleverse. Thank you, Aussie. You want to talk shit to me? Say it to my face at the Comedy Store, or if we're at the mothership or whatever. Um, well, I mean, Chad. Listen, say what you want about Chad, but he makes that world interesting. I mean, he's always, the fake girlfriend. Did he move? Did he get hit in the face? He's been part of some of the major storylines in the Dabbleverse. So what up, Song Jones? Um, Earlverse hecklers. I mean, yeah, that was that guy ruined the show, but I put it up anyway. And a lot of people would be like, why would you put up a clip that's not that funny? Because I want you to see what happens when someone thinks they're funnier than me in the crowd. It ruins the show. And most comics would not have put that clip up. I did, because I want people to see how bad a heckler is and how they ruin the show, not just for me, but for the crowd too. So I love Treat Williams. He should have been bigger, but a couple bad, Brad Davis should have been bigger after Midnight Express. I mean, TB. I mean, Hollywood's unforgiving. My friend Jenny Wright, she should have been a lot bigger. One of the top young actresses from '79 to about '86, and then just bad decisions, a couple bad movies. She did that movie with Anthony Michael Hall, Out of Bounds, which wasn't horrible. I mean, for that time frame, it wasn't bad, but it just the business. Well, it didn't do that well. I mean, usually my streams get anywhere from 1,500 to 7,500 views. I don't think that one even cracked 100 views. But I'm going to leave it up. I'm not going to take it down. Serrano Cayenne, $4.99. Happy New Year, dog. Well, thank you very much, Serrano. Welcome to the Earl world. um, but it was just really, and you had like for 30 minutes he was heckling. That's only a 3-minute clip. For 30 fucking minutes, he would not shut up. So I don't have merch yet, Nasty Neil, but I think that's I want to show. I mean, obviously, I want every clip I put up to be me killing, but sometimes you don't kill on stage, and I want you guys to see that side of comedy too. Thank you, Keith. I realize there's going to be some trolls. Oh, this sucks, man. We're the laughs. That's the whole reason I put it up, to show you, like, when you guys heckle at a show, you ruin the show. I can get merch on Amazon. I mean, I don't really want merch. I mean, I do have a shirt on ProWrestlingTees.com, but they take so much money. I mean, I think the shirt's $25. I get $7 of it. So it's just not, I'd rather not make any, I'd rather you, and that's not like a sly way to get you guys to go on Pro Wrestling Tees and buy the shirt. And it was just for my podcast, Inappropriate Earl, that like I'd rather not. I don't want the $7. Found you from that reel. Oh, cool. Yeah, thank you, Serrano. Welcome aboard. Yes, Terminal Velocity, TB. Yeah, I mean, and it's really easy to follow me. My name is Earl Skakel, EarlSkakel. I'll put it in the stream, actually. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I post the most, and on here. Mario Mancini stole my desires. Well, I just don't. I just, and I'm not trying to like make thousands of dollars selling a T-shirt or whatever, but I just, I don't know, $7 off of a $25 shirt. It's just not worth it for me. Thank you, Serrano, very much. Tell a friend, baby. So that's a super chat request, Christopher. So if you guys are fans of Earl, and I hope you are, follow me on all social media at Earl Skakel. It's very easy to follow me. It's just my name, Earl Skakel. So this is a great shirt. It's not an original, but it is a great shirt. A little snug, but that's because I've been lifting heavy. Yeah. So yeah, that is, I don't have merch. And a lot of people I know who are lesser known than I am make money selling merch. I don't know. It's not my bag. Now, when I make it, if I ever do, and what is making it to all people, I mean, I have a great body, Serrano, for a comic. So I don't know what you mean by lifter, but I do work out every day. Does it only come in pink? I don't know. I mean, the 7 or 8 people who bought it have gotten it in pink, but I think on Pro Wrestling Tees, you can get it like in long sleeve. You can get it in tank top. But true, don't buy it. I don't want your $7. So I think Lois does have a T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. It's Tony Schiavone's wife named Lois. So, TB, what is the arrival again? I forget. But thank you for the super chats tonight. Much appreciated. Welcome to the new subscribers. I try and stream every day. Sometimes I don't quite hit that. I'm just trying to crack the mother effing algorithm. So, to get to that magic number of 5,000 subs. Now, William Zoom, who is my trusted confidant on here, he told me that once you hit 5,000, it gets a little easier to get subs. I don't know why that is, but Um, I'm trying everything I can, to be honest with you. I mean, the Steelers play at 5 p.m. my time, 5:25 actually. So I'm probably going to stream around 5 p.m. my time. That would be 8 in your world and everyone else in the East Coast. And hopefully, maybe one day ACDC will come back. Peter Chicken Man Brennan's MIA. It's strange, but I love me some Ron Silver. Great has Ron Levin, the man Joe Hunt allegedly killed in the Billionaire Boys Club. That's the TV movie with Judd Nelson. Now, interestingly enough, in the theatrical movie, Judd Nelson played the father of, I think, Ron Hunt. So that was a nice. Yeah, I mean, you often wonder, when you don't see a chatter for a couple days, couple weeks, you go, oh, are they okay? Like, you actually get concerned about if they're okay or not. So, yeah, Ron Silver, wasn't he in that movie Blue Streak or Silver Streak or something with Jamie Lee Curtis? What up, Haywood? What up? Jenna is around, and she's the best. JJ, what would it be? We're just going to go a few more minutes, guys. I've got to mentally prepare for my 1 a.m. set at the Comedy Store. Thank you very much. I haven't gone on that late in a very long time, but I didn't see the new Spinal Tap. The first one's so good, I didn't want the sequel to be tainted. Obviously, I'm a huge metal guy, so Spinal Tap is near and dear to me. Yeah, you never know. Like, you see someone on streams constantly, and then they just drop off. Now, I know AC/DC has disappeared before on me and come back. Hell, William Zoom, I think. I hadn't seen him in about a month, and then I actually emailed him and said, hey, bud, are you okay? And he was actually just working. So, well, it's just the second Spinal Tap's probably just beating a dead horse. I mean, the first one was iconic because I know a lot of 80s musicians, and that movie really is dead on the nuts. So, I, I'm a huge fan of that genre of movie. Airplane, Top Secret, Naked Gun movie. I couldn't get through the new Naked Gun movie. And I'll give Leslie Nielsen this. I mean, it was funny. It's very like almost Leslie Nielsen casting where he was, he's known, I guess, as a serious and dramatic actor. And he's pretty funny, but it just wasn't the same. And I like Pam Anderson. She was good in it. I didn't like the Leslie Nielsen's partner in it. The kid from the heavyset kid from the Cobra Kai series. I think his name's Paul Hauser. He didn't do it for me. And I met him at the Comedy Store. Very nice guy. I don't know. I think now those type of movies, they just don't hit like Airplane. I mean, Airplane to me still fucking hits. Even Airplane 2 wasn't awful. I mean, but the Zuckers didn't have anything to do with Airplane 2. But that first Airplane is still funny to me. Harold, you've been dropping some comedy shorts that are fire alive from the world famous Comedy Store. Thank you very much. Masterclass of crowd control. Respect are all set, brah. Yes, please check out the newest short. It didn't do that well today. And the one the other day did like 7,500 views, and that's a lot for me. I mean, when you only have 4,600 subscribers and you get a video that does 7,500 views, that's pretty good. So, thank you for that. Leslie Nielsen was just so good, and Airplane, he was just so good. Jack Black was in Airborne with Seth Green. Now look at them both. Yeah, I mean, they're doing pretty well. I'm not a huge Jack Black fan. I'm not a fan, but I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. But he's. I hear he's a nice guy. He was funny in Cable Guy, I guess. Probably won't do a Slop Quest anytime soon, just because they record that in Burbank, and for me to get to Burbank at 1 p.m. I think they do it on Wednesdays. It's almost an hour for me, and it's an hour there, and then an hour on the drive back. Sometimes longer because of the traffic, and that's 3 hours for free. And I'm just done working for free, man. And I love O'Neill and DeWitt and Danish too, but I'm done working for free. I don't get a lot of followers from doing those shows. So I'd rather be in my home in my underwear like I am right now, because I don't put on the leather pants till I have to, and just stream. I mean, I've made more money tonight than I have ever doing an episode of Slop Quest. And I love those guys. Um, yeah, I mean, Jack Black's great. I just, I don't know. I just have never really gravitated toward him. It's not the same. I mean, me, DeWitt, and O'Neill have amazing chemistry, and me, O'Neill, and Danish have beyond amazing chemistry. But I'm done working for free. I'm done doing someone else's podcast or YouTube stream and not getting paid. I'm just done. I'll do MLC from time to time with Jim Florentine only. I'm doing that for free. It's a kick in the nuts when I hear Kevin pays Kiki thousands of dollars a year, Ray DeVito thousands of dollars a year, Clearwater Chad. You're paying those fucking mutts, and I can't get, and it's not the 100 or 200 bucks he would give me. It's just the respect level. So, you know, what am I gonna do? Hold on, my TV just magically. Talk amongst yourselves.
Not the kind of mission you can call people and say, hey, we may do this at some point in the next 15 days.
We invade another country today. So Lois is sleeping right now. Well, I mean, it's just like, yeah. I don't know why it didn't happen, Nasty Neil, because I did like the pay-per-view real fast. I don't want to lose any audience talking about AEW wrestling, but I would give the pay-per-view an A minus. Of course, no pay-per-view is perfect. Some things I would have done differently personally. I would have had Takeshita win against Okada in the finals, so that way you could say Takeshita's the only guy to win the G1 and the Continental Classic the same year. But Moxley's over. It seems like he's slowly turning into a face. But very minor changes I would make. I met Rodney Allen Rippey once. Thoughts on America going into Venezuela? I mean, what up, St. Paul in the house? I mean, it's a pretty aggressive move. I mean, it's basically a live kidnapping. I can't believe they got him out alive, and the wife. So, yeah, I mean, you could tell Mox is kind of turning face. I do like Wheeler Yuta has a heel. The fuck you, Yuta. I thought there'd been my only complaint. Yeah, it's definitely a big dick move. Who is the nicest guy, TB? Um, I didn't really care about Ortiz coming back to help Eddie Kingston, and it just kind of left me limp. And yeah, oh Ronnie, yeah. He was nice when I met him. I met him twice, once as a kid and once maybe about 10 years ago. I forget where we met, but very nice guy. The pay-per-view was very short on surprises. Like there was no like, oh my, the next day there was no like no Nasty Neil calling me going, did you see that? Can you believe Jay White came back or Wardlow came back? You got to have at least one big return on every pay per view, I think. Um, but I mean, I would absolutely give it an A minus. At the worst, a B plus. It wasn't that long, which AEW pay per views tend to be very long. Um, I'm a big fan of Sons of Anarchy. Um, I am very good friends with a lot of the cast from the Mayans. So, um, yeah, I mean, Okada, and great storytelling. I loved the screwdriver being used in the first match with Okada, and then when Kyle Fletcher tried to use it, it wasn't there. I mean, that's good storytelling. I'm kind of getting sick of Don Callis. I don't think anyone cares about half his group. It's very much like NWO with like Virgil and Horace Hogan in it now. And if you look up Rocky Romero, Earl Skakel on the Comedy Store Wrestling podcast, you'll see Rocky Romero give me a chest chop. I'm definitely not part of the Hells Angels. I've got no tattoos. We'll go to the 90-minute mark, guys. So about 3 more minutes. And then I'm all talked out because I got to talk for 15 more minutes tonight. Uh, yeah, I mean, one thing that I really enjoyed about doing the Ric Flair roast a couple of years ago was that 2022 was Moxley. So basically, the Ric Flair roast was on a Friday night. Saturday was like the WrestleCon or whatever you want to call it, Comic Con for wrestling freaks. And then Sunday was Ric Flair's last match. But I remember after the Ric Flair roast, there was a New Japan card next door, and Moxley was backstage saying hello to all the new wrestlers and old wrestlers. I thought that was very cool of him. So, I absolutely would. I don't know. He's been such a good heel. I don't know. You'd have to really have a good. If he's turning face, you'd have to really have a good heel to go up against him. Maybe MJF. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Okada and Moxley again, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. So I mean, Moxley, he's one of the staples of AEW. I mean, I'm trying to think. I just don't think there's a lot of interest in like a Claudio and Moxley match or a Moxley and Wheeler Yuta match. Maybe I think anything could work in wrestling if it's written properly. So, and that's usually AEW's problem is long-term storytelling. But like I said, I think they've hired a new writer because the long-term storytelling is definitely better. I mean that Okada Takeshita match, that was like a 4-month build-up, which is enormous for AEW to do. What up, Fornicate? We're just about to end the stream in literally 1 minute. So if you got a question, Fornicate, get it in now. Yeah, I mean, I would love to go on Bert's podcast. I mean, Bert was the first person to message me after I did Roast Battle in Montreal, said, you were the star of the show. And then I haven't talked to him since. So, hey, Earl, Patrice O'Neal had a short stint writing for WWE. I'd rather write for AEW because there's less shows to write for. You got Collision, you got Dynamite, and maybe a pay-per-view once a month, once every 2 months. WWE, your life is over. I would have to quit stand-up. So, yeah, no problem, Serrano. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I mean, I would absolutely bring it up to him. Message Bert. Bert is so nice, he will probably message you back. I mean, on the Rich Eisen show, I would love to be the wrestling technical consultant, especially if it's AEW based. Yeah, everyone welcome. Will Jericho go back to WWE? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think he's had a great career. I mean, he's been amazing for 2 different companies. I mean, if I were him, I'd kind of just to switch it up, go to TNA. Probably don't have to wrestle as much. You do a pay-per-view, and I don't think TNA does house shows. I think they're like AEW in that regard. So, Earl, we're gonna match. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need to push. I mean, because that's all it would need. You get on one podcast and all the others watch you. You get on Bert's podcast, maybe Rogan sees it, maybe Bert puts in a good word for me, and then I get Gutfeld, or I get Gutfeld and then I get Rogan. I mean, that's literally your. It's not. I don't know if any of those shows mean what they used to be, but your life can change like that if you get on one or two. Maybe Theo has me on and whatnot. Um, yeah, I mean, there's just not enough money in house shows. But I think WWE still does them. AEW has never done them, to my knowledge. So, um, I mean, listen. I don't have a problem with Clearwater Chad. I just don't think he adds anything. He just literally is like, "This is my impression of Clearwater Chad." Hey Kevin, I ate Jersey Mike's. I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy, but I don't know. I mean, he's perfect for Kevin because I don't think Clearwater Chad realizes he's not in on the joke. He is the joke, and I think a lot of people, in the Dabbleverse don't realize that. Um, no, I love Clear. Listen. I got no beef with Clearwater Chad. I just tell me I'm wrong. What does he add to any stream other than just staring into the camera? Um, you know. So, I mean, when I was supposed to do MLC a couple months ago with Florentine, he backed out. And Chad Zumach goes, "Hey, do you want to go on with Clearwater Chad?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. I'm not going to be on with Brennan's newest whack packer. I'm sorry. I'd rather not go on." So, no, and like I said, I'm not hating on the guy. I'm sure he's a great guy. He seems like a good father and like cares about his family. Say what you want about Chad, but to me, he fucking entertains me. Um, um, say what you want about Karmic, but from time to time, he entertains me. Um, I can't say Scarlett entertains me. To me, I get sad when I see Scarlett. I see a girl begging for help, and you're not going to find that help in the Dabbleverse. Um, so, um, I think it's like when I did Karmic's stream that one time. I messaged him at 4 in the morning. I said, "Dude, take a month off the internet," and right away he shut that down. I'm like, "Bro, I'm trying to help you. I don't care what you do. Take a week off the internet just to refresh your brain, and don't go on Gilly's Instagram or her YouTube page. Just take a week off and recalibrate." He's like, "Yeah, you're right, man." And I instantly start getting DMs from his fans basically saying, "Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about." And they weren't mad that I was trying to give him advice. They were mad that he might take it and they wouldn't have anyone to troll for a week. I mean, that's the Dabbleverse right there. So Scarlett trying to get help in the Dabbleverse is very much like Clearwater Chad. She's not going to realize that she's not in on the joke. She is the joke. So what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, Jen, I think Kevin Brennan is the funniest one out of us all, but I have beyond zero interest to be one of his whack packers. Um, so, yeah, I mean, Neil, I've just been around enough girls in that industry where, um, you know, I know the ending. And right now she's thriving off the attention of, Kevin and Karmic, and she's basically replaced Gilly as the hot new it thing in the Dabbleverse in terms of a woman, because there are really not a lot of women in the Dabbleverse. But someone new will come along, and then she'll be forgotten, and then she's going to be left with a big bag of nothing. So, just that world is. I don't want to belabor the point, guys. We'll go another 5 minutes. We'll go to 100 minutes, and then I gotta go. Um, it's just, it's a fucking sad world. The modeling world, OnlyFans, porn. It's just, and she seems. I think she's from a small Midwest town. I think. So in some ways, her and Carmick might vibe more than her, or more than Gilly and Carm. But um, he's probably not going to be interesting enough for her. So when you've probably taken a double team from two black guys with 12-inch dicks each, that's a tough follow for Carm to have to do. So, well, you can just tell she's damaged. I've only heard her. You see the Matt Mead thing, and I'm sure that's not the only guy who's treated her like that. So she's probably used to it. Um, so, it's just sad. And she's probably drinking to mask the pain, and I'll guess in the world of porn and OnlyFans, most of the girls I know who do porn and or OnlyFans, they're on drugs too, whether it's coke or Molly or ecstasy or some type of narcotic to make you forget what you're doing for a living. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope she gets her head on straight. But the Dabbleverse ain't the place to go to get your head straight. So yeah, it's literally 15 minutes of fame. You go from Joey C to Tommy Jordan to Scarlett to Seal Toe to Ray DeVito to Clearwater Chad to Ashley Cummins to Kiki. It's just. I guess it'll keep going forever until they run out of idiots. Gummo, I don't think so. I just think for the clips I've seen of Clearwater Chad, he just seems like a nice guy. He's probably, uh, enjoying rubbing elbows with, nominally famous comics, like Kevin or whatever. But I just don't find him interesting. I don't think he's doing an Andy Kaufman thing. Andy Kaufman, it was a character. I don't think Clearwater Chad's a character. I think that's just who he is, which is great. But I just don't think he's interesting enough. Like, I've never heard him say anything that makes me laugh. He literally just stares into the camera and agrees with Kevin, which is great for Kevin, but so, well, it's not that hard to get, I think. So, well, you got to understand. Scarlett's around probably B-level actors who are probably famous to Carm, porn stars, and I do find her pretty or whatever, but like, there's a million girls who look like her in the porn and OnlyFans world. That's just the reality. So, Carm doesn't seem to do well when the objects of his affection get attention from someone else. So, um, you know, yeah, JJ, anything's possible. I love performing too much. Uh, yeah, basically, Mickey, but Kevin loves it because, that's why, um, he's Kevin's crackhead Bob, to be honest with you. No, I don't really. I'm not a lefty or a righty, to be honest with you. So, all right, guys, 30 more seconds, and then I got to go put my leather pants on. So, thank you guys very much for hanging in there tonight, Saturday Night Live. Um, well, you could just tell she's been damaged. She's probably been treated like shit by every guy she's ever dated. And now she's probably realizing that she's coming, her porn and OnlyFans life is coming to an end, and she's probably starting to panic, like, oh shit, what do I do now? Hey, I'm getting attention in the Dabbleverse. I'll stick around there. Good luck with that. So yeah, all good. I love you guys. Earl Skakel, over and out.